A couple of years back, just before summer break, my 8th grade year came to an end. It was the last day of middle school, the air thick with excitement and those bittersweet see-you-later moments. Students rushed around, swapping yearbooks and scrawling silly notes in them. My school was massive, easily over 1,000 students, so to keep things from turning into chaos, the teachers took all our yearbooks, passed them between different classrooms, and let everyone sign. It wasn't a perfect system. Anyone could write in anyone's book, which sometimes meant nasty messages for people someone didn't like. I knew a few kids who'd gotten some pretty cruel stuff written to them. When I finally got my yearbook back, I started flipping through the pages, smiling at goofy notes from friends, but then my eyes caught something odd. Beneath the photo of a boy I'd never seen before was a signature, Samuel Robinson Roman III. The name felt unforgettable. His short message was unsettling. Hags, I'll be seeing you again. I just sat there, confused. I'd never even spoken to him, let alone been friends. There wasn't much I could do. It was the last day of school, and I wouldn't see him again. I figured it was some weird joke or a mistake. By that night, the whole thing had slipped my mind. I was in my basement with my best friends, Kevin, David, and Kieran, having a sleepover. We had snacks, played Call of Duty, and made as much noise as we wanted since my parents were asleep 3 floors up, around 2 a.m. While messing around with my dad's rowing machine, a sharp knock rattled the storm door. We froze. Who would knock there? Whoever it was had to know we were in the basement, or they didn't want to wake my parents. The knocking kept going, steady and deliberate. Kieran, without thinking, yelled out, "Who's there?" I wanted to punch him. Now they knew we were down here. After a long silence, a cheerful, high-pitched teenage voice called back, "Come around to the back door." My friends thought it was funny. I didn't. They pushed me to check it out, and against my better judgment, I went upstairs with them. Through the glass panel beside the back door, I saw a shadowy figure. I stepped closer, and my stomach dropped. It was him, Samuel Robinson Roman III. My friends nearly opened the door, but I stopped them, quickly telling them about the yearbook message. Samuel stood there, watching us, then motioned toward the side of the house, like he wanted me to come to a window. I cracked the kitchen window just a bit. My friends hovered behind me as Samuel came closer. "So you got my message," he said, introducing himself like we were meeting for the first time. He said he'd always watched me from a distance and thought we could have been great friends. I played along to avoid angering him, but there was no reality where we'd ever be friends. I asked how he knew where I lived. He didn't answer. Before I could change the subject, David blurted out, "You're a creepy stalker. Go away." Samuel's smile vanished, his head tilted as if he didn't understand, then twisted into pure rage. He started screaming how he hated my friends, how my ex hated me, and other disturbing things he shouldn't have known. Then he tried forcing the window open. I slammed it shut and locked it. He snarled, pounded the glass, and was seconds from breaking it when my parents came rushing down. Samuel bolted. My dad chased him outside, but came back saying the kid had vanished. For some reason, my parents didn't call the police. They said they'd handle it with the school in the morning. That's when we found out Samuel had been expelled weeks before school ended. His yearbook photo was only there because they were printed earlier, meaning he had snuck into the school on the last day just to write me that message. No one could track him down afterward. It was like he and his parents didn't exist. To this day, I have no idea how he found my house. That's the part that haunts me most. My parents think he was a troubled kid who fixated on me for some reason. We don't talk about it anymore, but living in the same house hasn't felt the same since.